Along with this email, there are a couple links in there for some maintenance videos, so I encourage you to watch those as well. We're going to start right here in the front with your orientation. So start with your tongue jack. Up and down right here, you do have a light there. If this were to fail for any reason, just remove this cap and you have a tool in the front compartment. You can manually crank this up or down. You do have two 20-pound propane tanks, so whichever one you want to use, just open up the valve. Battery is there. You can add another battery if you wanted to. And then right down here is a battery disconnect. So if you want to shut all 12 volt off to your camper, just turn this disconnect off. Otherwise, have that on. If you want to charge your battery, you have to have that in the on position. Over here is your water heater. Water heater is gas or electric. You have a metal tank, so you have this anode rod. Over time, instead of your tank corroding, this anode rod will corrode, so it's going to get eaten away. You'll have to replace this every 2 or 3 years. So when you're ready to use this, just hook your water up. You'll start filling your water heater. Make sure you put this anode rod in. This is your plug. Put that in there and tighten it up. Turn your water on. It'll start filling your water heater. You want to make sure your water heater is full before you turn it on. And to do that, you can pull on this relief valve right here. You get a solid stream of water, you know it's full. You can also turn on the hot side of any of your sinks in there. If you get a solid stream of water, you know it's full. Once it's full, you can flip this switch on right down there. That turns the electric portion of the water heater on. If you want to run gas, there's a switch on your control panel inside to turn the gas on. It's all electronic ignite, so you don't have to lay in pilot lights or anything. Just make sure it's full and turn it on. Right next to that, we have your furnace. So your furnace does get very hot. This is the exhaust for it. Try not to block it, and do not put anything in front of it that could melt. Below that, you have your stabilizers with your JT strong arms. So when you're ready to use those, just put those stabilizers down and then tighten the handle back there on your JT strong arms. Those are used just for stabilizing, not for leveling, so make sure you get the camper nice and level and then put those down. Right back here, this is a black tank flush, which I'll go over in just a minute. Below that, you have black tank, black handle, gray tank, gray handle. So that's going to come out of this tube here, and then you have another gray tank right here. So you have your kitchen, and then your bathroom is separate. When you're ready to use it, put your wastewater hose on here, pull that black handle first, empty that toilet out. Once that's empty, pull that gray handle. That dirty stinking shower water is going to help wash the black out of your hose. Once they're both empty, close the gray, leave the black open, and then hook a hose up to your black tank flush. Turn that on. It's like an upside down sprinkler system in your black tank. It's going to flush it out for you. Let that run for a few minutes, and then disconnect your hose, and you're all done with this. And then you do the same thing with your gray, except you don't have a flush for your gray. You just empty it out. Low point drains right here. And red and blue is the lowest point in your water system. So if you want to empty the water out of your lines, just open those valves and that will drain the water out. 50 amp cord will go right here. I do recommend to use a 50 amp surge guard when you're connected at the park to protect your camper from any surges. Your vent that goes over top of your stove, so if you use that fan, make sure the flap is open. If you're not using it, just snap that closed to keep the bugs out. This is an input for cable or satellite. And there's also one in there too. I can't get it open right now. But this is an input for cable or satellite also. And then right down here, that white handle, you're going to pull that to empty your freshwater tank if you use your freshwater tank. Just pull that out. You can store your wastewater hose in your bumper. Just remove the cap, put your hose in there, put the cap back on. The spare tire. The spare tire is the same size as the tires that are on the camper now. And then you are pre-wired for an observation or backup camera, so that's where that would go if you were to purchase one of those. And right here is where you're going to hook your water up. City water connection, that's full hookup camping. Hook a garden hose to that and you have pressure from that garden hose going throughout your camper. I recommend you use a water pressure regulator when you're connected with city water. Anything over 50 psi, you could burst your lines. If you're rustic camping, you're going to fill your freshwater tank from here. Can't open that either. use a hose, fill your freshwater tank, and then turn your water pump on. That's how you have your water pressure. License plate goes here. You do have awning on your slide out as well as above your door. Electric awnings. And then your solid steps. Nice steps to have, but you want to make sure your door is all the way open before you bring your stairs up or down. The reason for that is this right here will catch hold of your screen door, and it could damage your door. So be careful of that. Anything that's on your steps, if it's not cleaned off, will end up on the floor. But these just lift up into the door frame, so they snap right into place. If you need to adjust the legs, you can just roll up on them, or push this little button here to lower them down. Pull the blue handle to release them from the door frame. And the first time you close your door after you bring the stairs down, or if you adjust the legs, close it slowly to make sure there is a gap right here. That way the stairs aren't too high, going to damage your door. You do have outdoor speakers. You can have a TV out here. This is an output with a couple plugs. Solar ready, so if you have a portable solar panel, plug it in there and it will trickle charge your battery. In here, your compartment, you do have your 50 amp power cord, your hitches in here, and your goodie bag. So you have hoses in there, electrical adapters, and then the tools you'll need for your stabilizers and your tongue jack. So this is for your JT strong arms, this is for your tongue jack, and this is for your stabilizers. Looks like that's everything on the outside, so we will head in. Oh, yeah. All right, just inside your door is your control panel. So starting at the top here, you have your battery, fresh, black, and your 2 grays. So if you just push them, it shows you how charged your battery is and how full your tanks are. So your freshwater tank is empty, black is empty. So as these tanks fill, these lights will light up. Water pump right below it, so if you use that freshwater tank, just turn your water pump on. And if you want to use the gas portion of your water heater, that's what this switch is for. So just make sure your gas is open and flip that on. And then these are a couple lights. One's an outside light, one's your main lights. Your slide out control, you're just going to hold it down until slide is in or out. So you back out. You hear that little grinding noise, you know it's all the way out. And this one is for your awning, your main awning above the door. So just hold that down until your awning is all the way out or all the way in. Your awning does not stop when it's all the way out, so you do want to pay attention to it. Watch for that balance to fall at the end. So once that balance falls, let go of the button. Otherwise it will keep winding and it will come back towards the camper with your awning upside down. Below your control panel is your fuses and breakers. So regular car style fuses. If a fuse goes out, an LED light will light up next to the bad one, so you can quickly identify it, but they are all labeled as well. You have some other controls by your bathroom door here. So right here, for your other awning and then your other slide out. So same thing with those. Light switch. We'll go inside the bathroom here. Light switch just inside the door. Your toilet, you have foot pedal flush. So halfway down on the pedal brings water in, all the way down will flush it. You do have a vent with a fan up here. So just twist this open, turn your fan on with the button right here. Make sure this is down before you travel, otherwise the wind will catch hold of that lid and it will be gone. You also have a GFCI outlet in here. Right over there. Alright. Head out this way. Thermostat is on the wall right here, so to get to what you want, just push this bottom button. It goes off. Then you have different fan speeds, your air conditioner, and then your furnace. That's the actual temperature in here. You push that, it goes to your set temperature. Below that, a couple outlets, and then your carbon monoxide LP detector. As long as that green light's on, you're good to go there. Your refrigerator is a 12-volt refrigerator. So it will run off your battery, does not run off gas. So this will run while you're going down the road, and while you're plugged into your 7-way plug with your vehicle, your battery will be charging. your fan, so make sure it's open out there, and then the light. Extra counter space with this on here, otherwise flip this up. Then you have a backsplash, and then you can light up your stovetop. You're going to put it on high and then turn your igniter however many times it takes till it lights up. Turn this to the right only. Turn that to the left, you can break it. And then your oven, put it on the flame, hold that button in while you turn the igniter until your pilot light lights. You have a light there. Be sure to put this down before you travel, this will break. Standard turntable microwave. Your TV hookups are there. Below that is your stereo. This does have indoor and outdoor speakers. And it's Bluetooth. So right here is zone 1 and zone 2. They show zone 1 is on. Just push it to turn it on or off. So 1 is inside, 2 is outside.
Credit card today at msufcu.org.
And then below that is your fireplace. So power button. You do have change the flames on the bottom. You can change the colors of the rocks. You have your heat, 0, low, or high, and then you have a timer on here as well. So you can go all the way up to 9 hours. Puts out some good heat. It's a nice space heater. It's electric only. Recliners, and then your couch. So you have the Versa Lounge here, so you can have this lifted up as a small bed. I'll put this back up. You can remove this section here. You can put that down, put the table down, and have it one big bed. Or you can move this over. You have these down here to put the legs in. All Velcroed on. If I can get it. Just like that. And now you can loaf around and watch TV right here. Have a couple spots there, or your dinette. So you can do multiple things with this. It's pretty nice. You have storage underneath all three. And they all have bins. So you have 3 bins right here. A lot of storage in here. Push button lights on the side. All of these have push buttons even though they're on a switch. So you don't have to have all the lights on at once. Your air conditioner, you have filters in here you can take out, clean, and reuse. If you want to dump the air down, just open these ends up. It'll cool it off quicker in here. Otherwise, close these. You have more pressure through your vents. All the vents on the ceiling are for your air conditioning. Any vents you see along the floor are for your furnace. You do have your keys on your sink here. That's where they'll be when you pick up. And it looks like everything in here. Let's go into the bedroom. Storage underneath goes right to your storage compartment that you have access to from outside, along with these little bins here and a spot to put shoes underneath. You have USB charging ports on both sides of the bed, and there's also plugs. The plugs are right inside here, and another vent up here without the fan. But this is pre-wired for an air conditioner, so if you want another air conditioner, you can have it put in here. And then you can have a TV on the wall. Just use a stud finder, find the right spot. And then you have an antenna booster here. So as long as this green light's on, you will have local channels that turns your antenna on. If you are connected to a cable or satellite, have that turned off. Nice closet in here. And it looks like that's everything in your camper. We want to thank you for purchasing at TerryTown. We do appreciate your business, and congratulations.